Hey, everybody. I'm on the Golden Retriever of Comedy Tour. It's been awesome so far. We're having so much fun going and doing these shows in these awesome venues. Friday, November 7th at the Empire Theater in San Antonio, Texas. We're going to have a hell of a time. I'm excited for this show. November 8th, the Paramount Theater, Austin, Texas. One of my favorite theaters in the country. This shit rules. I got to open for Hannibal Buress there like 10 years ago, and I loved it. Came back, did it at part of his Moon Tower. Well, guess what? I'm back, baby, with a full new hour. Going to be with Brendan Sagalow and Matt Ross. November 8th at the Paramount Theater, Austin, Texas, as part of the Golden Retriever of Comedy Tour. Go to dansoder.com to get your tickets. Go to dansoder.com. Don't go to Google. Don't be an idiot. dansoder.com. It's for the best deals. My great-grandfather was from like Alt, Colorado.
Alt.
It's very tiny.
I mean, if you're not in Denver or any of those like top 3 cities, it's the most rural place on earth.
It is.
I mean, there's just absolutely nothing.
Which is interesting. That's what I love because by the way, we just start recording. We don't like do an intro or anything.
Okay, cool.
But you're from Alabama and people don't realize, they think Colorado's like mountains and Denver, and they don't realize it's just so much flat.
There's so much of nothing.
Did you drive there from Alabama when you moved there?
No. Took the first flight I'd ever been on to Denver.
Really?
I was 30 years old. Yeah.
What's the first flight at 30 like?
Really awkward because your mom still walks with you out there. My mom came with me.
To the gate?
Yeah. And she was like, all right, this is it. I mean, I was literally like, at this point, I was going, like, it's so funny. It's a tale as old as time. I was headed west to chase my dreams.
Yeah.
Like I'd already burned everything down. And so you just head west. And that's what I did. My mom put me on an American Airlines flight and I went out. Yeah.
Were you nervous the night before?
No, I was so pumped. I was like, it kind of felt like it felt like a pardon or something. Like I was getting out of Alabama. I'd screwed up a bunch, and now I was going to get another chance. And
you're like, the Stroup family will not be. Like, I'm leaving the name.
I was so. The only thing I was nervous about was just like that's just not knowing anybody really, and just kind of going out there.
So you're moving Alabama to. You grow up in Alabama. What part of Alabama did you grow up?
Right outside of Huntsville.
Okay, which is great.
Yeah, it's great city.
Which is crazy because people don't realize it's like the science capital of the South.
Thank you, Dan. The first thing we want as people from Huntsville is to know that we're not like the rest of them. Immediately. Yeah. I go, I'm from Huntsville, very different than the rest of this. And nobody ever buys it.
If it would be fun to go to like Montgomery or something and they're like, example. Derrick Stroup. Oh, the old fucking fancy pants who flew off to the mountains on a plane, mind you.
Exactly. I went to school in Jacksonville, Alabama. It was only 2 hours south. And it was a huge difference in that. I mean, Huntsville is...
it was great club.
Yeah.
Great club.
Very smart people.
But very smart people. The only Alabama thing about him was I have a joke about my hair transplant and I talk about veneers.
Yeah.
And it didn't hit.
Nobody...
And you were there. And then on the Saturday show, I go... You guys don't know what veneers are. And they laughed and they went, I don't even know. And then I felt like a future man explaining science.
That is hysterical. And some of these guys are working on like rockets actively.
But they go, you're telling me they can make teeth now?
Yeah, that is. Yeah. It's a unique place because I've never seen so many engineers in lifted trucks. You know what I mean? This guy's into Legos, but he only wears camo.
Yeah,
and that's such a unique.
It's crazy to look at a microscope and then spit.
Yeah,
the amoeba's in there.
No, 100%.
There you go. Oh, you know what? I think it looks like we're going to be able to maintain an altitude of that. And they roll tide.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like this rocket's giving them hell, Chris. You know, I love that.
I did a show with on Bert's tour on the Fully Loaded tour when we were in Alabama. We were in like where Florida, Alabama is.
Oh yeah, like Orange Beach area.
Yeah, Orange Beach.
Yeah,
beautiful. And we were doing it, and when I was on stage, I said, "That is Alabama autism. Is go Tide."
Oh, for sure.
And that's like how they do. They go like roll Tide.
Yeah, in any situation, baby's born, somebody dies.
Roll Tide. And you go. He's communicating.
He is.
Roll Tide.
He wants to be friends, y'all. This is Doug.
Yeah. Roll Tide. Are you Alabama or Auburn?
I root for Auburn because you got to pick one, but
you do.
Here's kind of the twist. I was born in Charleston, West Virginia, and lived there till I was 9.
So you're a Mountaineers guy.
I'm big time. Yeah.
So you're like, fuck Pitt. I don't give a shit about.
I mean, I hate him. You know, it's so funny. I was watching the coach do a press conference earlier. Their coach.
Yeah.
I can't stand the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he said something today about I don't think the Mountaineers even want to play us anymore. And I mean, we lost to Ohio last week, so it's not like we're riding any. I know the Bobcats.
I know
the school that's named after the state that nobody knows about. Yeah.
You got them Bobcats coming after you.
It's tough. But yeah, big Mountaineers fan, Dan. Love them.
The one thing about sports that non-sports fans don't understand is if you are into college athletics, you will hate the rivals on a different level than pro sports.
Oh, it's not even close.
Because it's truly about like family at that point.
Yeah.
Pro sports, like you got a Nuggets hat on. I'm a lifelong Nuggets fan.
Yeah.
Fuck the Lakers forever.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
But the hate that I feel towards Nebraska.
Yeah.
Growing up a Buffs fan. The hate that I feel towards how good they were in the 90s, how they used to just bully us, and then we would win some, and you're like, fuck, and it's great.
So intense, Dan.
It's almost a sexual relationship where you have this like with an ex where you're like, oh, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, I was trying to explain to my wife just like a few nights ago. There was a college football game on.
Yeah.
I think somebody had won in the last seconds of the game, Florida State or something, whatever. And I was trying to explain to her the atmosphere, and I was standing up in the living room, and I was going, it's just everybody's losing their mind because pro sports do not reach very rarely the chaos of a college football game. When rivalries are playing.
I would argue that college football over the NFL hits like Colombian soccer level of like someone might get killed if something bad happens.
Totally, man. I mean, people, you lose your. I mean, I've lost almost consciousness in the stand. A fumble on the ground. You're just grabbing. You've been drinking bourbon for 2 days.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm jealous that I went to Arizona, so obviously I like the Arizona Wildcats. Grew up a Colorado Buffs fan, so I like that. But the thing that hooked me with sports was the 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
So that is my.
Love that.
Sometimes in pro sports, it's like. The only thing that can jump college sports is the familial connection of a pro sport.
Absolutely.
Like Yankees fans have it a lot.
Yeah, they do.
You see that a lot with like, my fucking dad was
Yeah.
My fucking grandpa used to watch Joe DiMaggio. And you're like, I get it.
It is real. You're right. Because I went to a Yankees game. I experienced it. You're right.
They're great. But
they are great.
I'm so interested about it because, I mean, dude, first off, you have football coach. If you were not being a comedian, you would have been
I'd be
running.
An offensive line coach.
You would be,
and it just the right one with the nice mix with some zingers in there, Dan.
My God.
I got them laughing, but I'm really mad.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna run y'all until you puke. It's not a joke.
He gave
it's
him
not a joke.
4.5 sacks.
Yeah,
it's gonna run till you puke.
We lose another game, I'm gonna leave my wife. I promise y'all. I'll leave her and I'll bring her here, and you can watch her cry.
This is what America is missing. Is there's too many people in this world that don't have. Or have had a football coach yell at them and then bust their balls to pull them back.
Golly.
That's what America's missing.
Real finesse, yeah.
Real criticism mixed in with some ass-slapping jokes.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, but I know you get that next time. You're like,
yeah. And because now you've got the point, and it feels good. It rounds the edges. I mean, I had some coaches that could have done stand-up, but they didn't know what it was.
Yeah, or they thought it was gay.
Yeah, for sure.
They go, what are you going to go do your little speaking tour?
For sure.
Yeah, like,
I remember one of our offensive linemen, 6'7", 300 pounds, Dan, and he was soft as tissue, and he was smart, man. He's smart. He has a great job. But I remember the coach just losing his mind. He goes, I bet you if it was on a floppy disk, you'd know every play. And you got to sit over there. Nobody can laugh. And you're like, my God, that was pretty good.
Oh, bars.
Yeah, bars.
This guy's getting roasted.
Yeah,
I sucked at football, but I was funny.
Yeah.
So I appreciated the jokes more than the criticism where they're like, you got to get back to hook the curl. You got to get back to hook the curl. He's like, God damn it, you run like my wife with her dildo still in her ass. And you go, that's good. That's good. I'm more focused on that one.
Yeah.
And like I was absolutely just like, I found out the term for it later in life, but like glue guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was just like the locker room guy where I would just be funny, but I sucked.
Yeah.
So that was
you
like-
gotta. I mean, but you gotta have that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was similar to that. I was playing, but I was definitely the glue guy. And I found like I went to a school where our athletics, it was all black dudes, so we were pretty decent.
Sure, yeah, you're good.
Like our basketball, like when I came into the game, place went nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts like
We had one of the-
like Make-A-Wish nuts.
Yeah, we had one of those guys on our basketball team, and they chanted his name, and I remember for the first time in my life feeling bad for a guy getting applause.
Oh man,
because you could tell he was embarrassed.
Oh, it is, because you want a little bit of love.
They were like, Richie, and he was like, all right, I'm 6'8".
Yeah, I know. He's like, I don't have a caretaker, like, you know. But I say that to say that, like, I found a lot of my humor in those locker rooms. Like, the black dudes would be cutting each other down, torching me, and I'd get brave enough. I go, I'm gonna throw one in there, and it would land. Everybody would run around. I'm chasing that high to this day. I mean, that's where locker rooms where I found. Yeah,
in a locker room with black football players getting a big pop of laugh, you'll never know that,
dude. It's
Derrick's
unreal.
not wrong. I've been chasing that my whole life. It's 7v7 football camp at Colorado State. We went up with our high school, and I put on a clinic in the dorms of prank phone calling.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm gonna tell you right now,
I love it.
That first week of school, walking through as a sophomore and having senior black dudes going, Soder, and you're like,
you're
like, I'm on top of the world.
Oh man.
Just because I was prank phone calling.
Oh man. And all they'd have to say, they'd go, man, you're dumb as hell.
Yeah,
you go, I am, dog. I'm dumb as hell.
Oh, well, little black boys and little white girls. Just call me dumb, and I fucking feel. I believe in Martin. I believe in Martin Luther King's dream. It's just like
they go, Stroop's stupid. I go, I'm so stupid,
I'm
man.
Fucking dumb as shit.
I love it.
And then your teacher goes, "Are you?" And you go, "No,
it's different.
That's code. No, I know. I'm a poor test taker.
Yeah,
there's a difference between what they're calling stupid and what I actually am.
Oh my gosh.
But I watched your Don't Tell set, which is fucking phenomenal.
Thanks, man.
Go watch everything Derrick Stroup has online. He's got a full hour up there from a year ago, but a ton of great stand-up clips. But you had 2 DUIs in 6 months.
Yeah, man. And I say it on stage. I say 6 months because it sounds better than 4, Dan.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a nightmare.
Damn, so you got a court-ordered bike ride.
Oh, man, no, it was a night. The first one I got in Alabama, and it was like some real like small-town good old boy treatment. Like they didn't even put me in the jail. They were like, we were just cutting it up. I'm serious. They had pie. They go, you can't drive drunk, man. We're going to get you every time. And then when I got one outside of Atlanta, about 4 months later, they were pissed. I mean,
day and night.
Day and night. I mean, the first one, because I ran the local bar in town. So they kind of already knew me.
You're the norm of their cheers.
100%. And they're like, "What do you know? We're out there. What are you doing?"
What did you were you like blacked out?
No, on the first one, I was the manager of the bar in town, and I'd told my ex like 100 times because we had my alma mater had a home game that day, so it'd been an all-day drinking day. So I don't drink anymore, but back in the day when you did an all-day drink, I was pretty good. I was drunk. Way too drunk, but still pretty leveled. I'd eaten a lot of Rotel. I'd had a lot of, pig in the blankets.
I'll tell you right now, as a former drinker, people don't understand that to be a good day drinker is to be a good long distance runner.
That's right.
It's pacing.
That's right.
But you have to keep up a certain pace because if you fall below it, you're going to cramp up.
You're out.
Shit's going to go bad. You go too far, you're going to black out.
I'd had a Gatorade or two, like I said, some snacks. So, I mean, I told her several times I couldn't drive, but she put me in her friend's car. I drop them off. I'm coming back to the bar to hang out. I get pulled over. There was a headlight out. It was one of those, like, I got pulled over. I remember thinking, I can't wait to talk to this guy and find out what I'm in trouble for. And I was hammered.
Because you were confident?
But yeah, because I was driving perfect. I mean, I knew that everything was perfect.
Oh,
and he comes up, he's like, you got a headlight out. And I was crushed, man.
There's nothing better than white confidence with an authority figure.
Oh, man, that's insane.
You go, and what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
I'd like to know.
What's your name?
He's like, you're holding a Miller Lite. I go, besides that. Besides that.
Secondary offense, please.
Yeah.
Your headlight's out, and then you go, fuck.
I know, exactly.
Was it your girlfriend's car?
Her friend's car.
Did you
my car
immediately hate
wasn't
her?
there. My car wasn't there because I wasn't driving drunk.
Yeah.
Okay, and I didn't have that plan. But it was one of those things where she didn't want to. Looking back, I don't know. I haven't called her about it recently and just been like, "So, what's your story again?" Because I'm rethinking it.
I would be doing that every week,
and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it was her friend's car, like a 4Runner classic. It was either a Tahoe or a 4Runner. We were driving drunk in back in the 2000s. But anyways, I had a headlight out. I'm still friends with that officer till this day. He's a fan of my comedy. We message each other. It gets even crazier. I'm not going to say his name because he gets in a fight at the bar 2 weeks later. He beats the hell out of a college kid. And they were already going to let me off, but boy, did I have some leverage.
Yeah. Was that at the bar that you managed?
Yeah. Oh. So I've got the tape and of the whole fight that happens, because this is pretty much the only bar in town. Sure. I mean, this is the only Jacksonville, Alabama. There's 5,000 people in the town at the time. Now it's kind of blown up. But anyways, so I've got some leverage. So they go, hey, what we're going to do is we can't erase this DUI, but this will never show up unless you get another DUI. Well, the problem is I did get another one. Four months later.
You didn't even make it a season of TV.
No.
It was 4 months later. You didn't even hit the finale of the season.
No, and when I get this first DUI, that day, my mother, she's driving down to cook me my favorite meal and hang out. I'd just gotten a promotion. I'm the general manager of this bar, all this other stuff. So I use my one call out of jail and tell my mom, hey, instead of 10 a.m., can we do 1 p.m.? Because I get out at 12 p.m. on bail. She comes in. I have to spend the whole day. She makes homemade vegetable soup, cleans the home that I had just bought. And she's like, Derrick, I never knew, you've turned out so great. This is crazy. And I was just in jail. What a day.
You're hung over and you're like,
oh, yeah.
It'd be crazy if I ever got pulled over. What would you think of me if I ever got a DUI? And she's like, it would break my heart.
Yeah. And I go,
but thank God that'll never happen. And
but I'll always get a ride home.
Ridge Wallet. I wrote a song for them, so just hold on while I sing it to you. Oh, Ridge Wallet, I love you so much. No, they sent me Ridge Wallet. Now, of course, if you've been a fan of Come Town, you've been knowing about Ridge Wallet for a minute. But then they were like, hey, we want to sponsor your podcast. And I was like, yes, please. I get a unique, slim, modern design that holds up to 12 cards plus cash. Made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber. Plus, you got the colors. You know me, I'm going with that dark green, got that forest green. Because when you lose your wallet, it sucks. But Ridge has got that air tag technology. So you'll always know exactly where it is. Plus panic mode when it kicks in. Oh, edit that. Before panic mode kicks in. Oops. Ridge isn't just about wallets. They create premium everyday carry essentials like key cases, suitcases, and rings, all built with the same sleek, durable design. No matter what you pick, Ridge has free shipping, a 99-day risk-free trial, and a lifetime warranty on all their products. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off at Ridge Wallet using code SODER at checkout. Just head to ridge.com, use the code SODER, and you're all set. After your purchase, they're going to ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Thanks. And I really, 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 really appreciate that. So the Atlanta one, you're coming off one, but it's a hidden one. It's a bonus track.
Yeah, and the Atlanta one's totally different. I'm the drunkest man on planet Earth. My old fraternity brother of mine got married that night. Good guy, great guy, Jake. We really celebrated, man.
Yeah.
And so I'm heating up the vehicle for the same lady that I'd gotten the first one with, and so I run out there and I turn on the vehicle. And I sprint is what I'm told, and I'm out there, and the officer comes up, and I learn a lot of this later on, and she asks me what I'm doing, and I tell her, I go, I'm not driving at all. I promise you. I just got a DUI. I'm just warming up the vehicle.
Yeah.
And Dan, that's so illegal to be intoxicated in a running vehicle.
Wait, really?
Really, yeah. And I was in a parking lot. I told her, I go, I was at a wedding. And she goes,
blown away.
I know there's a wedding. She goes, I know there's a wedding. And I go, okay. Well, I'm not going to drive. And she's like, I saw you start the vehicle. You're in the vehicle. And so this thing, it gets crazy, man. I mean, I barely remember any of the conversation. I had to learn a lot of it on video. So
That's tough when they bust out the video.
Oh man, I would not let her talk. I had to pee so bad I wouldn't let her talk. She's like, now I go, can I please pee? She goes, I go, I got to piss so bad. My face is hurting. And I mean, I would not quit bringing it up. So that looked good in court.
She pushes your stomach to make you, she goes,
I mean,
let me talk. And you go, don't do that.
Oh, I mean, I'm telling you, I was in bad shape. But long story short, they take it to court. I hire a lawyer. We go to the distance. My lawyer is very confident. He's like, we're going to nail him for this. Well, the cop, they had me come to 7 arraignments, which I've never heard of that. That's the most I've ever heard, 7 of them. And he would always address me, never by my name, only as the man from Alabama. And he would bring up and taunt. He would tell the courtroom, he'd go, this gentleman here runs a college bar, 2nd DUI in 5 months. Is this the type of person that we want part of our society? As somebody that's, I mean, talking to the court, it was the most Lifetime Southern movie, small town thing I'd ever been a part of.
What if that boy was white? He has the time to kill.
I'm telling you.
Now open your eyes.
It was insane.
Did you want to fight him?
Oh, I was so frustrated. I mean, I really got to watch the good old boy system happen in 7 arraignments, Dan. So I would drive to Cartersville, Georgia. I mean, time after time, watch him just hammer people for nothing over and over.
Yeah.
And then he'd always bring it. And we got the man from Alabama here today. College bar, likes to drink and drive. How about that? I mean, had like a foghorn leghorn. He go, now here we got the man from Alabama.
Oh my God!
I mean, he was like out of a movie. Man.
And then it would be funnier if you found out that he dropped the accent.
Oh yeah.
He goes. Anyways, I think that really helped.
I love that the accent brings effect. You know what I mean? Like it feels like death penalty, even though it's not on the table.
Who's on the dock? Oh, hold on. The man from Alabama.
I mean, really. Really.
Here's a man that believes children should be touched by adults. And you go, I've never even said that. Why would you even put that in there? Exactly. Here's a man who says burning the flag is good for heat. And you're like, you are just painting this shit.
I'm telling you.
Celebrates the loss of Vietnam.
Yeah.
Which I fought in.
Yeah. If you're picturing Colonel Sanders, you're nailing it. I mean, that's what he...
I have 11 spices that'll blow your mind.
I mean, that's what was going on. And so they are a little mad that we're pushing back. My lawyer, he was a young guy.
You have a case.
I have a case. So what they do is they go, the DA says, if we take this to a jury, which we wanted to, they go, we would like to have maximum penalties if he is guilty. So we would like to do 2 years in prison if he's found guilty. So we step out of the courtroom. This is really like, I mean, he's talking to me. He's like, here's what he goes, they're trying to scare you off.
Yeah.
They go, because they don't want to.
You're scaring me and I already know the situation's over.
He goes, they don't want to go to trial. And I go, either do I. And he's like, no. You've already paid me all this money. He goes, we're going to win this case. We've talked about this. We've got the evidence. He's going down the line. And I go, you're not the one that could do 2 years. Yeah. I go, I'm not doing 2 years in prison. Yeah. I said, I'll take all the fines. I'll take everything else they want to give me. I'm not going to jail. Because I mean, I was at home just watching Locked Up like a psychopath, like doing push-up. This was a different Stroup. I was in the floor doing push-ups.
Yeah. Your mom comes in and you're just sharpening a toothbrush.
And
you go, I think the proper shift technique.
Yeah.
I want to go up and into the neck.
Yes.
Up and into so. Oh my God! So you're freaking yourself out.
Oh yeah, and I'm not going through with this. I'm not going to try to fight it. So I take all the fines. I take all the probation. They take my license, all of that. And you're exactly right. Earlier, I was so mad. Yeah. even though I had caused this situation.
I mean, I don't really even not knowing what it is now.
Yeah.
I don't fucking blame you. I mean, you know how many times I've been at parties and been drunk and gone and sat in someone's car and turned on the radio and smoked a cigarette?
Yeah.
Like without driving.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want to go sit somewhere when I'm drunk and be like, I just want to listen to a song and cry.
Absolutely. Have some sad beers.
God. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. No, and you're right. But in hindsight, man, it's like some type of fate or something. I can remember sitting in the apartment that I was being actively evicted in where, I had lost all my money. I was truly homeless, bouncing couch to couch, picking up cigarettes outside of McDonald's and smoking them, Dan, riding a bicycle. And I remember, and I've always wanted to state this out loud because I remember going, there's no way that things are this bad and there's not something insane about to happen in my life. Because nothing made sense.
Yeah, you're like,
nothing made sense.
What test is this?
Yeah. I go, it's gotten too crazy. It's gotten too crazy. Something good's happening. I'm outside of a McDonald's and people are like, no, here's a dollar.
This is why he's doing it.
Yeah. But I knew, man, this is nuts. This doesn't make... And that's kind of when I started dreaming of moving out west. And, you know, here's the ex that I had at the time. She moved to Denver to be a massage therapist. She went to school out there, and that's what brought me there. And she was like, I think you would love it out here. The people are great, you know. And Denver, as you know, it's a great place to reinvent yourself, start a new life.
I mean, it is. You know, when I grew up there in the 80s and 90s, it was like still kind of a small town. It was a city, but it had like a small town feel to it. It just had different parts. And then like this boom of people moving there because I think people really did see the value in, I could start a new life in Colorado. It's affordable. Everyone's nice. It's beautiful. Good city. Yeah. And so there became all these people that moved there. And there were the only people that I had a problem with was when I would come back, because I left Denver I left Aurora when I was 18 and I moved to Tucson to go to school. And when I would come back, people would do this thing where they would like act like they loved Colorado more than me.
Yeah.
Where they go, I could never leave. And it's like, well, you're from fucking a shit town. Yeah. And I grew up here. I mean, I love it, but don't act like I fucking abandon it.
No.
You're like, I left to go do something else. But I get, when people move there, I'm always like, really happy for them.
Yeah. It's a great place.
My buddy Al Jackson, hilarious. Love Al. Yeah, he moved to Denver, and it's like, I love that he lives there. I forget that he's there.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, oh, dude, go to Denver.
Denver's great. The scene's great.
Great comedy scene.
The people are great. The food's touch and go, but you'll figure it out. You just got to know where to go.
If you like green chili,
it's on everything.
It's on everything. Love green chili. If you pretend that you're in a wagon camp, the food is phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you. I got so much pushback because I was telling them, I was like, your food here is not great.
It's not.
It's not great.
And I know people will get mad at me because I grew up there, but I remember catching that when I would go to San Francisco to visit that's where my dad lived.
Yeah. What a food city.
And what a food city.
Yeah.
And then you come back to Denver and you go, it's all right.
Yeah.
And they go, it's this. And then I moved here and I was like, oh yeah, it's always. Yeah. Even moving to Tucson, I saw the best Mexican food I've ever had in my life.
Oh, absolutely. And let me tell you, Denver doesn't give itself enough credit for what it's good at. And this is what my opinion.
Microbrew.
Okay, well, the strongest beer in the country at altitude. What a blessing.
Turn me into a super soldier.
Oh, yeah. 21% alcohol. It's called the devil's dick. Let's do it. I mean, that's insane. I mean, the home of the leg cramp.
I used to train on Fat Tire and whiskey when I was growing up there.
The beer there is so, I mean, I quit drinking while I was there, and partly it was because I missed having 11 Coors Lights and telling old stories.
Yeah.
There you have 3 IPAs and you go, I'm going to go home. Yeah. You know?
There is nothing better than taking someone who's never been to Colorado and watching them drink.
It's
and
the
you go,
best.
I had an ex-girlfriend that I took home for Christmas, and she was from the East Coast, and I was like, listen, watch. My family loves to drink. I just recently quit drinking, and I told her, I was like, my family loves to drink at this Christmas party. Be careful. And she was like, they don't understand.
They don't get it.
They do not understand it.
They don't get it.
I think I remember specifically 2 glasses of wine, and then my mom was like, are you a martini girl? I'm a martini girl. My mom had a fucking vodka martini, and the girl I was dating was blacked out. Like, we went to a bar, and I was like, yo, you're like called. Do you remember her being in my friend's car, and she was in shotgun?
Yeah.
My friend's driving, and she changed the radio station, and one of my oldest best friends goes, don't do that.
Yeah.
She was just like blacked out.
That is so great.
Anyway, don't do that.
Don't do that. That is so.
Oh, no. And then we took her to a bar downtown, and she was like blackout, and you're like,
no. I mean, I would have friends come visit. They wouldn't stand a chance. I used to love to walk around living downtown, Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
You just see somebody face down. I'd go, give it up for Des Moines, Iowa, everybody. Thanks for visiting.
But what you don't understand is when you drink there after a while, you become, it's the reason the Olympic training centers at Colorado Springs.
Dude, 100%.
You become a superhuman.
You do. I would go down. I remember the first time, I love going to Pensacola, and I go a couple times. I went to Pensacola from Denver.
Yeah.
I was a superhero. just kicking people off of stools. I'm like, I've been drinking on a mountain, my man.
They thought when I moved to Tucson and started drinking, they thought I was a 60-year-old non-vet. The way that I drank, they would be like, how are you putting this away? And you're like, I don't know how you guys are such big pussies.
It really does. That muscle is...
it's crazy. And people who grow up there don't really realize.
No.
That's why there's a lot of drinking deaths at Colorado State.
Dude.
Which used to be, I don't know if that's still a thing, but when I was in college, the 6 kids a year or something would die of drinking at Colorado State. And it's like, they were out of town kids that moved to Fort Collins. And Fort Collins is mainly flat. You were like pretty close. You can see the mountains, but you don't realize how high up you are.
Absolutely. No, it sneaks up. When you first move there, you think everybody's holding an Nalgene bottle to look cool. I go, what a dumb accessory. Yeah. It didn't take long before I go, I need a Nalgene bottle. You know what I mean?
Water all the time.
No, man. But it's a good practice. I mean, I still drink a good bit of water to this day. Because when I first moved there, I got a kidney stone within like 5 months. I was working at Big Lots doing overnights in the warehouse, drinking white Monsters like 4 at a time.
Jesus.
Not drinking any water because I'd never been at altitude. Got a kidney stone, no insurance, just bit a towel and passed that thing.
Really?
True story, big dog. I called my mother. I called my mom. I go, Mom, I think I have a kidney stone. I was pacing, holding my back, and I tell her, she goes, Derrick, you're 30 years old. You don't have a kidney stone. And then she did her little Google search, and she called me back. I'll never forget it. And she goes, hey, honey, I need you to be tough for me tonight, okay? And I'll never forget that. I wish she'd have never said anything.
A Southern mom wishing you that is so scary.
God.
I just want you to just trust in God.
Yeah.
And you go, no.
Don't hang up.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to pass the kidney stone?
I mean, I think like 6 or 7 hours. I was drinking water to the point to, and then cranberry juice, cranberry juice. And I can remember passing it, but I mean, I eventually passed out in the bed, just covered in the bed was just drenched.
Sure.
And I was just laying there, and I woke up probably after I passed it, probably like 8 or 9 hours later, I woke up. I the closest I'll ever get, I'm assuming, to birth.
That's what I've heard.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you see how big the rock was?
Yeah, and it was tiny, and it was like a boomerang shaped, and it was like thin.
But that went through the urethra.
Yeah, it was tiny. I did actually see it. And it was tiny.
Can I ask? Because I've always been interested about kidney stones. When you pass it, is it similar to the relief of a dump? Or what is it? Is it just
mine wasn't like that huge relief or huge pain. I had just drank so much water. Mine kind of was like, like the and then blah, and it just kind of, and I could tell by the stream that I had like
passed something.
Something had, and I looked down there and it was like swirling and then set on the bottom of the. But I was done. I didn't like fish it out or like
You just went and laid down.
I looked at it really hard. Here I am over the toilet. I'm like looking at it, and then I flushed it. I was so exhausted, and plus I couldn't believe I was 30 years old and passed a kidney stone.
Yeah, well,
I was like, my God, because I was just pounding those. I mean, those monsters, man. They had me in a headlock.
Monster Energy is. I'm so lucky. I never liked the taste of it.
Yeah,
I worked at. I used to do receiving at Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah,
but I would work overnights at the radio station, so I'd be up till like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and then have to be at Bed Bath & Beyond by like 7:45.
My goodness.
So I would sleep only a couple hours.
Yeah.
And that's when I started going like, well, I'll drink Monster Energy. Like the guys in the warehouse would drink Monster Energy, and I'd be like, I like it, and I hated the taste.
Yeah.
And that's when I started drinking coffee. That was when I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna do coffee, cream, sugar, and then that was the first time in my life I had been smoking since I was 12.
Yeah.
But the mix of coffee and cigarettes, and I was like, this is why they do this.
That
first time when I got into coffee, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, baby. You guys
I smoked for a few years for sure. I mean, being in the bar business.
You have to.
Yeah, you don't get any breaks unless you have a cigarette.
Cigarettes are the way to get out of any restaurant or bar job.
Yeah. And also, I had roommates my whole life, and you're not going to sit out on the porch and come up with great ideas without me.
No.
I'm going to be on that porch. Well, I'm going to be out. I'm not going to hear laughter while I'm playing Xbox through the wall. I'm going to be part of the conversation.
And there's, when you smoke with a roommate, you live with a certain level of gross that you both accept.
For sure.
I remember I lived with my friend Mike and Chad, two guys from Aurora I grew up with, but we lived in Tucson together. And from one of those college bars on 4th Avenue, we took a University of Arizona Bud Light basketball bucket.
Yeah.
So we were like drinking beers, and I did that thing when we were like 4 buckets in where I was like,
Yeah.
and I put it under my chair, but it became our cigarette butt thing. And we lived together, and we filled it with cigarette butts. And I remember being like, "That's disgusting."
I've seen so many of those in my life.
It was just disgusting.
Right
but I
on the
didn't give a
porch,
shit.
right by the door. Usually, it was like usually
exactly.
outside.
It was on our patio in between 2 chairs.
Can you believe at one point in our life we thought it was so cool that it was filling up with cigarette butts?
we were so stoked.
I was like, we're gonna fill this to the top.
I remember bringing girls home in Tucson and being like,
Yeah, pretty cool little spot. Come on in.
That's a little thing called commitment.
Yeah.
If you're looking for me, check out the Arizona basketball bucket filled with cigarette butts. That's commitment.
That is so great.
Just letting you know I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
That shows you.
Yeah, that shows you.
That shows you the character of a man I am. But when you moved to Denver, are you like, what were you expecting out of Colorado? Were you expecting it to be all mountains?
Well, the first thing I think you get surprised about, speaking for myself, is the weather is way better than you could ever imagine.
Ever imagine.
It's the best. It's still the best. I miss it.
I just went back.
Yeah.
I did. I had to go to LA for some stuff.
Yeah.
And then I went and hung out with my friends at his house in Breckenridge.
Oh my gosh.
And when I landed, I put on a hoodie and I was like, oh, this is. It's like, you know, when they find a fish and then they put it slowly in water and then you see the fish? That's how I felt.
What a description.
I was like, oof.
Oh my goodness.
I like put my hoodie on and I was like, ooh, it's crisp.
Goodness
ooh,
gracious.
It's crisp and it's fucking August.
It's so
no humidity.
No humidity.
Which you're coming from fucking Alabama.
No man, I went from being inside of people's mouths to being outside. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. You know how much confidence it gives a big guy when you take away sweat? When you take away sweat,
oh my
it's
God.
like taking acne from a 16-year-old. You can't stop me.
Oh, find yourself, Angus.
Oh my God.
Find yourself.
And no, what I thought is everybody was going to be riding an elk covered in snow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the weather was great. The people were much better than I don't know what I expected, but there's a bunch of cool people in Denver. Some of my favorite people I've met.
Yeah, you're going to get more fleece than you realize.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a lot of people on bikes.
Yeah.
But for health reasons, not because of DUI reasons. You were coming from.
Oh, I was blending right in. Yeah. And it's a scooter city now, which elevated my life. I mean, I'm going to doctor appointments. Me and Alyssa, we'd go to steak dinners. We'd go to Bastions.
I love that.
I'd be on a Lime scooter. I'm going to get the ribeye. The worst part I tell people about the scooters was getting groceries, because I'd be driving home. I'd have like 5 bags on each handle, jug of milk between my legs. I mean, people thought I was struggling. I was doing decent.
One of my favorite internet videos of recent that a couple people on Instagram have tagged me in is that there is a couple with a scooter. They're on a Lime scooter, and it's a guy and then a girl's behind him, and then she's got a newborn in a thing on the scooter, and they said only in Aurora, Colorado. It was like,
yeah.
I'm from South Aurora, but I was like, shout out.
Respect.
Shout out Chambers and Sable. You're probably going through some shit, and I see you.
Yeah.
I see you. Chambers in Mississippi getting nuts.
Dude, it is. Traveling the country, there's nowhere that has embraced scooters like Denver, Colorado.
Because I had a joke in my HBO special about the accent is like an X Games accent.
Yeah.
Where they're just all like, what's up, dude? We're going to fucking throw this bike off the thing. They're always looking for like some sort of extreme game.
I can tell who's a native of Denver by how they ride a scooter, because they don't take the ramp, they jump the curves.
Oh, yeah, they go, jump back up.
For sure. It's a snowboard, bro.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm going to fucking probably go rip it up at A Basin, but first got to take scoots down and go get some Newports. Aurora was the only place I knew where there was like dudes who wanted to be black but also were snowboarders.
Oh,
we were like,
I think that's the exact demographic
of Aurora. It's
like
guys who snowboard who also think they're black, but they're
wearing
white.
Jinko jeans. I'm like, is that 3-6 Mafia?
Dude. Love Tech 9.
Yeah.
Just can't get enough Tech 9, and they're fucking riding scooters, dude. I absolutely love it. And it is a place where like, people always ask me, would you ever move back to Colorado? No. Yeah. Because I love visiting so much.
Yeah.
I love living in New York, but I love going back and being like, I miss this.
Yeah.
And then I hit a point where I go, okay, I do miss New York. I miss the conveniences of New York City. Do you miss Alabama ever?
I was about to say, I feel the exact same way about Alabama. I don't think I'd ever move back. but I love visiting it, especially where I'm from. It's just such a great area. The food, I miss the food so much, the people.
Yeah. What about West Virginia? Do you ever go back to West Virginia?
I mean, no, but I often, and I'm not even like, I don't even make that much money, but I'm constantly on Zillow going, I could buy some stuff in this state.
Brother.
Hey, sorry, West Virginia, you're very affordable.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Zillow for anybody.
Yeah.
If you're feeling down and out, but you have a little bit of money that you squirreled away, just go pick a rural ass town and Zillow your budget. You will feel better.
You feel,
I'll be on the road and I'll be like, Katie, I just found a house in like fucking Utah that we could buy. It's
it's the best.
Yeah.
But no, West Virginia, I never, in hindsight, I don't think my mom ever knew that moving from West Virginia to Alabama would have been such a an upgrade in hindsight. Because
what a Sophie's choice. West Virginia, Alabama. You go. So I'm not reading either way.
I mean,
either way, I'm illiterate.
You gotta think. I mean, when we moved there in like '92, everybody was like, "All right, so what's with the lateral move?" You know,
you're just going to the side.
Yeah.
What made you guys move from West Virginia? To Alabama?
My dad got a job. My grandfather started a company in Huntsville.
Okay.
And it was great, and it changed our lives.
Was Huntsville back in the 90s? It was still like the NASA.
It was way more, even more NASA back then.
Which is gotta be
It was much smaller. Now, Huntsville's the biggest city in the state. Birmingham by far was, and even Montgomery back then, it was very rural. Like, I grew up around a lot of cotton fields.
Sure.
And I didn't realize how weird that was to the rest of the world until I moved to Colorado.
Well, yeah.
And I went, hey, I lived by a cotton field.
And they go, oh, cool, we're on stolen land.
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah. And, no, they'd go, well, they wouldn't talk to me anymore. I never realized how, No. Dan, I wish you could put a GoPro on me and watch me bring up living by cotton fields in Alabama to just people I meet. I don't do it anymore.
Sure.
Like, and I didn't just throw it out all the time. I wouldn't be like, well, cotton's pretty good, but
I don't really know how you take it off the plant, I guess. Yeah. And everyone goes, everyone wants to look away.
There's one part I haven't figured out.
What did he do before Eli Whitney? And you go, I don't know.
Yeah. But no, it really was. It was just cotton fields and NASA back then.
But that's interesting you say that about the cotton fields, especially when you're bringing up Colorado.
Yeah.
Because something that I've known, or that I've known, the way you feel uncomfortable about, or people in Colorado would feel uncomfortable about you talking about growing up around cotton fields, is like when I explain to people on the East Coast that when I was growing up in Aurora and there was all these fields, like now they're housing developments.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, there was a lot of fields. You would find arrowheads, legit arrowheads.
Absolutely.
And people on the East Coast would be like, what do you mean? You're like, it's from a fucking Native American. This was like from a tribe.
Yeah.
And it would be not that far in the dirt.
Yeah.
Because however many years ago.
Absolutely.
And people are going like, whoa, okay. It's the same kind of, it's like that historical bummer.
Absolutely.
Where you go, ha. So this was someone else's house.
Alabama, I found a lot of arrowheads because of so much plowed land around.
Yeah, sure.
We would find them, but I'd never met like real Native Americans until I moved to Colorado.
Yeah.
Like the first time in my life had met them, I worked with a guy, a Native American, Arapaho, awesome dude. But first, it was like the Dave Chappelle bit. It really was.
Yeah, he's like, I met him at a Walmart in New Mexico.
I threw a piece of trash on the ground, a tear ran down his eye. I go,
I said, what tribe are you? He said, I am an alcoholic. That's like one of the best. That's for what it's worth. That's one of my favorite specials.
Yeah. But that's really for me. And I became friends with this guy. It was at Sports Authority, and I remember I wanted to bring up that I was a lifelong Redskins fan. Okay. So I bring it up to him, and I go, "Hey, I want you to know," because we had a good rapport, and he knew that I wasn't coming from a malicious place.
Sure.
And I go, "Hey, what do you think? I've been a Redskins fan. What do you think about this name?" This is in 2015.
Sure.
And he's like, I don't have a huge problem with it. He said, in my area, we feel like it's some representation.
Sure.
And he goes, and I know it bothers some tribes and some people, but he goes, I don't see and I go, I knew it, man. That's what I'm talking about. And I promise you, he stopped and he goes, I'll be honest, your reaction made me kind of hate it. And he was like, and he didn't laugh.
He goes,
you want to talk about deadpan?
Yeah, oh, dude, what's interesting is if you read enough books about Native Americans, which I became fascinated with it when I got older, because when you realize, like, he was Arapaho, what people don't realize is everything is named Arapaho when you grow up in Denver and you go,
it is.
It's
like one of the main roads.
Arapaho Road. Arapaho Crossing, where the movie theater, Chinese Man, Arapaho and Parker.
100%.
But you don't realize it's like named for the people that used to live there.
Yes.
So if you go, this is Doug Street, and you go, what's this Doug Street? You go, we killed Doug.
Yeah.
That's Doug Street.
Yeah, but we gave him a street name. So
So did we kill Doug?
Come on.
Everyone knows the good times off Doug Street. But
you're exactly right.
But what's interesting is when you read about them, Native Americans listen. They would like listen and then form opinions before they speak.
Absolutely.
But white guys, we thought they were just being disrespectful.
We're
like, why are you just staring at us? And they're like, no, they're actually thinking about their response.
Taking a second, putting their emotions to the side and going, I'm going to try to make a level head. White guys are like, say something to us.
I want to know. And they're like, I was just thinking that was pretty fucked up.
Exactly.
That's so funny though. He's like, man, your reaction really made me
him hate it. Made him hate it. Yeah. And then our relationship was decent after that, but it wasn't the same. I got too excited. I knew it. And I like the name. The helmets are classic, right? You hate it now?
Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, it is one of those things where when American history is right in your face and you don't realize it, you go like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so playing Cowboys and Indians, a little different for you guys growing up than it was for us.
Totally different.
But it is, I mean, I think living from Alabama to Colorado, you had that great line where you're like, I got to see time travel in real time from fucking plowing horses to plugging in cars.
Yeah,
because
literally.
What's interesting about Denver is it does have this like very liberal, people are very earth conscious. There is like a big liberal, and then you go outside of it and you're like,
no, it changes,
brother,
immediately.
It's farmers. Immediately going like, no one come near my land.
Yeah.
No one come.
Which made comedy in that regard pretty fun because you got, the best of both worlds.
Sure.
You'd go do a mountain show and it was going to be very red.
Sure.
Very red. And then you would, do a Denver show. And, Dan, I'm thankful I went to Denver. I didn't like plan this out and didn't know it was going to work out the way. But Denver made me write very smart.
Oh,
there's no punching down or low-hanging fruit in Denver. That scene and those people.
It's a phenomenal scene. And the guys that have been a part of it, and as far as my life goes, like the Grawlix guys, like Adam Caton Holland, Ben Roy, Andrew Overdahl, but then also like the Fine Gentlemen's Club, Sam Talent, Chris Sharpity, David Borey, like all these guys, and they just do a good job of like setting up the next class.
Yeah.
And Wendy does a great job at Comedy Works.
Absolutely.
Of keeping it like the scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, she's great. And all those guys inspired me. John Novosad, who's been there forever.
Yeah,
he was somebody
hilarious.
I really looked up to.
Very funny. And I remember coming up seeing guys like Troy Baxley and guys that I like loved that I would like.
Troy was a killer.
Yeah. And I still talk to him.
Yeah.
And just seeing him being like, I would come to Denver and be like, and I wasn't in the Denver scene. I started in Tucson.
Yeah.
So I come back to Denver and I'm just like, oh, you guys built a great thing where I live.
The indie scene there is so strong.
Yeah.
I mean, there's shows everywhere you turn. And it's just the people there are what make you write smart. It's a very progressive, smart city, so you can't get away with any of the punching down.
Do you visit ever?
No, I don't. I'm just too busy to visit.
Yeah.
And I have a doctor that I go there. I kind of tie in visits with every 3 months or so. But no, I don't. I don't like consciously visit. Hopefully one day, my schedule's.
You like living here?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's great.
It's the best.
It's the great.
I
and
love
you're in
doing
Astoria, which
I
is
love doing comedy here.
Yeah.
I love living here. When I'm at the airport and my gate says I'm going to New York to go home, I go, man, that is cool as hell.
That's, you know what?
That is the best. You're going, hey, that's crazy, dude. You're going to Lincoln.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm going to New York.
I've made this point, and I don't think I've done a good job of putting it right in the right words. But like, he's from Queens, and people I know that are from New York, what a great city to grow up in and have all this stuff. But there's an appreciation, kind of like what you're talking about of Denver, of the way that I appreciate New York moving here, because I just like, and also also there's these moments where you're like, I'm in New York City.
Yeah.
Like I'm in one of the most legendary cities of all time.
Absolutely.
Up there with Rome, up there with the fucking Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Like you're like up there with like an all-time city. And what I love about it is it just, if it fits your personality, it fits your personality.
Yeah.
There's people that I know that move here that don't like it. It's too crowded. There's not enough space. It moves too fast. Like my mom's visited and she's been like, I love that you live here.
Yeah.
I don't like visiting here. It gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
She's older. She can't move as fast.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, it just hit it's like a thing where I love it. I love staying inside. But I love the way the comedy works.
Yeah.
Of just be able to do a bunch of stuff. You can do a bunch of stuff in a day and still have time.
Absolutely. And I mean, for me, you know, I didn't move here unless I knew I was going to be passed by the Comedy Cellar, and that place has helped me tremendously.
So fun.
Doing sets there, and people. It's not about the audiences; it's your peers.
Yeah,
you never want to meld
It's also who you get to watch.
Yeah,
what I like about the Cellar is you get to see old school guys that are phenomenal, that are inspiring, and then you see younger comics that you're like, whoa, fuck, that guy's really good.
Yeah, it makes you want to write more. It makes you want to, because you see what. But yeah, the city is great. The food's great.
Astoria you got.
Astoria, it's crazy. I'll trip and fall and do a beautiful sandwich. It's nuts.
There's an episode, I think it was like Bourdain did an episode and it was just Queens.
Yeah.
Like he was like, you can just go to everywhere in Queens and find everything.
Easily.
Like the best Laotian food. You can find the best fucking anything you need.
Yeah.
My question is, you were doing, you said your dad was a Bill.
Yeah.
Is your dad still around?
Yeah.
Is he billing it?
Oh, dude, he's billing it so much.
Because I wonder if me and Big J always used to joke, we had shitty dads that abandoned us, and we called them Garys.
I have one of those too. Bill is a great stepdad.
Oh, that is.
Yeah. He's
now with that.
I don't know my biological father.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a real comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this was 600 years ago, the way that they would do the Spartan rituals, where they would find a boy and give them to the Spartans,
yes.
That's what it's like with us, where they go, clowns, here, a boy without a father.
Exactly.
And they go, I'll teach him how to mock everything.
That's exactly right. Yeah. No,
So Bill isn't your biological?
No, he's my stepdad. He's been my stepdad my whole life.
Love it. When did they get married? How old were you?
When they got married, I was 9. And they met when I was like 6.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got a younger brother and a younger sister, Will and Sarah.
So you're the oldest.
I'm the oldest. I'm 16 years older than my sister, 12 years older than my brother.
So they're Bill's biologicals.
They are, yeah.
So you were an only child when you met Bill?
Yeah, I was an only child till I was 12.
Yeah, so that counts.
Yeah,
you grew up an only child.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the same with Jay.
Yeah.
Big Jay was like 11 when they had his little sister.
For sure.
And you're like, no, you're an only child.
Yeah, I mean, You
did your developing without anyone there.
Without anybody. My mom said she'd walk by the bedroom and sound like there were 7 people in there.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's the same with me.
Yeah.
When you met Bill, what were your first, was it smooth sailing the whole time?
Well, the very first time we ever met, he was picking my mom up for a date. It was like in 1990, something like that. And back then, Invisible Ink was really popular.
I remember that.
So I was running around in my little whitey tighties, and my mom said he walked up and he shot me with the invisible ink. And when I looked down and I saw the ink on my underwear, she said that she had never seen me lose my mind. She said I essentially tried to run up the wall. I couldn't believe this man just walked in and sprayed me with something on my underwear that I could never get out. And then when it disappeared, she said I took it to another level. Yeah. Now it was voodoo.
What sorcerer did you bring in our house?
She said I'm like in there like,
get this man out of here.
And poor Bill is like, man, I thought this invisible ink would really set things off.
I was just trying to get
I thought that this would lead to, something really fun for I'd go, a little invisible ink. Hey, what a kid.
I was just trying to get you a little fucking...
Yeah, hey, what's up, big dog? No, I was banging my head off the cabinet. Yeah, I lost my mind.
He's just looking at your mom like, what the fuck? And you're like, you should have shot him with the ink.
Yeah, that's exactly. But no, our relationship was great. He was a great dad. I mean, his temperament and how he is the complete opposite of me. He's very quiet, very laid back. My mother is the emotional,
Would that ever...
fun one.
When he would be quiet and angry, would that be terrifying?
No, it would just drive me crazy because I wanted communication. And I would like mock him from the other room, and he would just drive him nuts. I'd be like, "Hey, Mom, should we sit in here and just sigh really loud?
That's
and because I'm 13 and my wit is further than what the check my ass can, So
being out of your depth, being out of your depth with your mom's boyfriend when you're a teenager is something special.
Yeah, and then, I mean, he became, he's the dad, but I mean, I made his life really, in hindsight, I really try to take care of Bill these days. I made his life tough.
Yeah.
I was not easy on that man at all. Yeah. Just talking back, mocking him, and he would lose his mind every once in a while, but it didn't matter with me.
Do you have a different, I don't know if this is an obvious question or not, but do you have a different relationship with him than Will and Sarah?
100%.
Like, they're more like dad, and you're like Bill.
Yeah. No, that you nailed it. He's Bill and he's dad to them, but it's also, I'm sitting here acting like I was talking back. My dad would not handle any of that nonsense. He's a very stern dude, and he was way harder on me than he was to them. I would be like, oh, whatever. And he'd be like, oh, what? And he'd lose his mind. My younger brother would be like, Dad, that's so lame, man. Every day you're like, lame. And he would just smoke a cigarette and walk away. And I'd go, what's that?
My favorite joke about that is Nate's joke about the oldest sibling versus the youngest sibling. He wasn't allowed to say sucks. Yeah. And she got a tattoo with the parents.
It was.
That's always to me as someone that grew up just completely an only child. Yeah. I love that bit because you're like, that's fascinating to me. Yeah. How much different your relationship with was Bill versus Will and Sarah, who are like, Dad, stop. Yeah. And Bill's like, I swear to God, Derrick.
Yeah. And my stepdad is not a big dude at all. He's like 5'7".
Okay.
So I was taller than him in the 8th grade. So we were already, we were passing each other in the hallway, and he'd be like, hey, buddy, I pay the power bill, big dog. And I'm like, I didn't say anything to you. You know what I mean? I'm like, I didn't say anything.
My mom's boyfriend he was bald, but he had a cul-de-sac. So he had the hair. And me and my friend Byron were in the back seat. We were driving back from the mountains. Because in Colorado, people don't know this, but in Colorado, you just drive up to the mountains.
Yeah.
I never appreciated it.
Yeah, just drive up there. I hated it.
Because my mom and her boyfriend would be like, we're going to go up to Conifer, or we're going to go to Georgetown. And I'd be like, I don't want to fucking go to the mountains.
Blame you. Yeah.
But last week, when I went back last week, I was like on the phone with her, just being like, it's beautiful. It's crazy, and she's like, dude. Shut up. And then I'd lose the call. But we were driving back from the mountains, and we took turns touching where his bald met his head.
Oh my goodness.
And giggle. 13 years old.
Yeah.
Just touching it, being like, and then just touching it, and then it's that moment where you break him.
Oh.
My mom and I still talk about it. It was on 225, right by the damn road, right before the Parker exit, and he pulled over on the side and turned around and fucking screamed at us. He's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? I'm driving. You're touching my fucking head. And then I look over, and my mom's not trying to laugh. My mom's like that, and I was like, okay, so it is funny.
Yeah.
Because we were going, boop. And we were just touching his head, but I remember him, that mom's boyfriend stepdad energy of I fucking got it. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, get it out.
Dan, I have such a similar story. Me and my best friend, Jeremy Williams, he took us fishing. Grew up going fishing with my dad. It was my favorite. We go out on the boat. We're 15 years old, and we keep messing with the worms.
Sure.
I don't know why. We're laughing uncontrollably.
Yeah.
Back then it was truly laughing gas.
Well, you have the elements of you're not supposed to laugh.
Yes.
Your best friend is laughing, and it's funny.
15 years old. True story. Let me tell you this. He goes, if y'all knock that can of worms over one more time, I swear to God, Bill's lose. I'm never taking y'all fishing again. So help me God. Jeremy goes, just knocks it over.
Like a cat.
No, he gets in the boat. We drive 80 miles per hour to the dock. He puts that boat on the back of the trailer. We drive home. I have not been fishing with him since.
No way.
I'm 40.
No way.
I'm 40.
No way.
In 25 years.
No way.
I have not been on that boat.
No way.
I have not been on that. We've gone fishing at the beach. But
you've never been back to that boat.
I never got on that boat again. And I will never forget that for the rest of my life.
Were you quiet on the ride back? Did it get serious? Because when they get mad, you get serious. You have to go
no, tears of we just couldn't keep it. Me and Jeremy had been we're best friends to this day. 3rd grade, we have laughed in situations like this.
Yeah.
It's the worst. Basketball, other things. But he said, I will never take you out on this boat again.
And stood by it?
I have
That's why he's a great stepdad, by the way.
He's selling the boat right now. He's had it for 30 years, so he won. I never got on it again.
He meant it.
He meant it,
Believe people when they tell you who they are.
Bill doesn't play games, man.
Bill's like, you're never going fishing on this boat again. You go, yeah, right.
I can remember going down 80 miles as fast as this boat would go. He was still trying to smoke a cigarette. And I remember thinking, how mad do you have to be?
Yeah, to be like,
just it's not even work.
Yeah.
And he's just, I think he was just like, just ate it. And it's like
just a boat going back like
I promise.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, just trying to get some sort of relief.
So mad. Could you imagine a 15, not even your son, the kid just knocks it over in front of you and you're like, oh, you think I'm playing games?
But you can't hurt him.
You think I'm playing? Yeah, you can't. And now that I'm this age, I go, oh, I would have Bill did better than me.
I would have flipped the boat.
I know. I would have gone, hey dog, you think I'm gonna beat your ass, homie?
I'm going to take two 15-year-olds to the bottom of the lake.
Yeah.
Under each arm.
Yeah.
I'm jumping in and I'm taking you guys to the very bottom.
And I can remember being aware enough to even know then that Bill loved my mom so much.
Yeah.
Because I was not easy.
Yeah.
And that was like my favorite thing about him. Still is to this day probably, is he's always been a great husband and a great man to my mom. And that's like most of the grade.
Yeah.
You know, me.
That's really all it is.
That's really all it is.
You're the side.
I'm the side, and they've always had a great relationship. I mean, almost,
do you ever talk about it when he sees you do stand up and you talk about him?
Yeah.
Does he talk about it with you?
A little bit, but it's one of those things where my mom has to be like, no, he likes when you do that, honey. He thinks it's funny.
Oh, so she gives you the real intel.
Yeah, because he never compliments me like directly like that. Like he's not like that. He's very proud of me, but
that's stepdad shit.
It's through my mom, and also, he didn't know that this was going to happen. He would probably, if he was doing a podcast and he was being honest, he'd go, let me tell y'all, Derrick Stroup never saw that shit coming. Never saw it coming. He goes, Stacy will tell you, I told her, if he's a manager of a retail store, we did pretty good.
I mean, but especially when you talk about the 2 DUIs.
Yeah.
You right? You get the 2 DUIs back to back. You moved to Denver.
Yeah.
Did you start in Denver or did you start comedy in Alabama?
I started at the bar that I ran.
So you're doing like open mics?
Yeah, but I would just put myself up. Like I would just do like an hour completely blackout. Yeah, and it wasn't funny. I mean, people tell me it was all right, but I would just do an hour. I would take like 7 Jaeger bombs, 4 or 5 bourbons, and I would get up there and I would just ride some lightning. You
know what's really fun about that is if someone tried to do that with music, how much more ridiculous that would look. If you didn't know how to play a guitar and you're just going like, I'm thinking about love, I love love, now I'm sad. And people are like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're like, I am sad and now I'm happy. And that's what you do with comedy. That's my first open mic. PC Pete and my friend Sully just sat out in my Dodge Stratus in Tucson and I drank a 40 and smoked like a joint of shitty weed and I was like, I'm gonna go in and talk.
Yeah, that's
and I just went in and talked.
Yeah.
And then I bombed like 6.
For me, running a bar, it was just country music every night. And I like country music fine, but I was like, if I hear Wagon Wheel again, I'm gonna kill myself, So I would just, what I would do is I would also, that same night, I'd make pitchers $1. Yeah. So I was a draw.
Oh,
big dog.
I love it.
Yeah, the place was, I'm the general manager. Dude, I would post on Facebook, I'd go, another sold out room for your boy.
Crazy. I guess they can't get enough. Also, 50-cent shooters till my set's over. Yeah. I mean, that's almost a situation where you want hecklers.
Yeah.
Because then you're showing the generic, like, reason of why you're funny.
Yeah,
you're like, this is just my sense of humor instead of like them seeing you don't know how to write a bit.
Yeah. I would just get up there and rant, essentially, just with no punchlines.
So you quit drinking in Colorado.
Yeah.
And then you come back. Have you done a show in Jacksonville, Alabama since?
2018. So not anytime super recent. But
it's always interesting when you come home and you're better at it. Yeah. I don't think they expect that.
Yeah, no, they don't. I mean, and going to Birmingham and Huntsville, you also burn some people in the beginning because they come watch you too early.
That is
then they never come back.
So that is such a fantastic point that I try to talk to people about stand-up. What fucked me specifically was I move Aurora to Tucson, start stand-up in Tucson to New York, work on stand-up. So the first time I come to Denver, people's expectations are like, he's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
He's been in New York.
Yeah.
But I'm only 4 years in,
Yeah, a baby.
5 years in. I shouldn't be headline, and I do a headlining set, and watching them, burning them too later than you should, hurts more.
Absolutely,
because they go, oh, not really. And if they would have done that when I first started, I would have been like, well, I just started. I don't know. But now you go, well, I'm starting to kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
And they go, it's just not for me.
Yeah, I know you can't get some of them back.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, I'm doing the Paramount in October, and I'm like, I promise, guys, if you haven't seen me, come back. It's way better
for sure.
Yeah, because you burn it.
You do, man. I've lost a good bit. And I was so ambitious coming up. Like, I would just do any room. I would ask for any, like, on the road. You know, I would just be like, you don't have to pay me. I'll get up, and people would come out, and it would be horrendous. I mean, it would be horrendous.
And what it is I would say this to younger comics if they watch this, like, it's good to burn those off in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because then they will come back around 10, 15 years later and go, oh, I remember when you started and you sucked. And then that's only the story.
That's right.
But if they come in, like I'm talking about, a little too into it, they go,
right. That's exactly right.
And you go, I'm better at it.
Yeah,
it's subtle, but I'm fucking way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bombing in front of your family hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts on a different level.
It does. I mean, I did that. I finally got my grandmother back, but I burned her pretty bad, pretty early. I mean,
what's the show?
Yeah, well, the guy that owned the bar that I ran in Jacksonville, Alabama, also was part owner of Smith's Old Bar in Atlanta.
Okay.
And there's this really cool upstairs room where they would do this 1 a.m. show, the local Atlanta scene would, and he would rent it out for other stuff. Well, he gave me a night there in like 2013. I'd been doing comedy for like 2 years.
Great.
Yeah, got an hour. I get the whole room. Saturday night. Gets me a hotel. I've been doing comedy for 2 years.
But you feel you're like, might as well be Madison Square Garden.
Might as well. And like, I'll go, you know, if I drink enough, I bet you I'll find something.
I'm going to get that sweet spot.
Yeah, that's exactly. Sweet spot never happened.
Never.
No jokes ever happened. I blacked out on stage. I mean, I walked half the crowd. I got done. The girl that I'd brought to the show, I'm pretty sure left with somebody else. It couldn't have gotten any worse. Like, I was just in the hotel room. Look, and what's crazy about comedians, and you'd think, well, that would be your last time. And I go, I got to figure this out.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I got to, you know, but it was a nightmare. It was.
My God. And then your grandmother
didn't watch, my grandmother didn't watch comedy for like another 6 years or so. Her and my grandfather were in the first row. I don't even know what I was thinking.
I am so lucky that never happened.
Yeah.
Your story about that, I'm like, I'm so glad my grandmother didn't even acknowledge I did stand up.
No, she couldn't even look me in the face.
My grandmother didn't even know what I did.
Yeah.
She just knew. She was like, I swear to God. I've told that story on the bonfire, but it's true. My grandmother had no idea what I did, and I have bits about her. I have long bits about her. And someone showed her me on Conan on their phone, and she was like, when did he do this?
Yeah.
And you're like, I told you about it.
Yeah.
You just didn't record it. You didn't care.
Yeah.
But I remember I went to the bank with her one time. This was after Billions was on the air for a couple seasons.
Yeah.
And we're in my grandma's town in California, and she's like, the lady at the bank wants to meet you. And I was like, gosh, in my head, I'm like, she's a Billions fan or whatever.
Yeah.
So I go into the bank with my grandmother, and I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Mary Lou's grandson. And she was like, I cash her check every month that you send her. And I just want to say, like, I think you're a great grandson. And I was like, oh, this is because I'm a good grandson? And she goes, yeah. And then the lady goes, what do you do? And my grandmother interrupts, and she goes, he's a writer. And I was like, I'd probably say that's the worst part of my stand-up.
Yeah.
I'd probably say I'm a voice guy first.
That is so
you might
funny.
as well, but that was like, that felt so disrespectful. But the flip side of that coin is her watching me early going, nah.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
I don't think so. So I almost think it was better for me.
Yeah.
Just to go, don't worry about it, Nana.
No, that worked out way better. Now she finds you and she's like, wow, he's brilliant.
Yeah. Now she's in, I don't know, purgatory. Looking down, going, okay, he's got bits.
Yeah.
All right. He's got a couple.
And
bits.
You have that grandmother name,Ary Lou.
Yeah, it's real.
What a great
from Oklahoma. From Muskogee,
Mary
Oklahoma.
Lou from my goodness.
Okie from Muskogee.
I love that.
Yeah,
my grandmother Brenda. It's a
good. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Brenda is a good grandma.
Brenda's
Southern
a
grandma.
Yeah. Do what?
A Southern grandma named Brenda?
Yeah. She's a West Virginia. I don't know if they consider that. I guess
do.
That's Southern.
Everyone else does.
Yeah.
The rest of the country goes West Virginia. I know geographically it's not there.
Yeah.
Your heart is in the South.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
West Virginia is a very interesting state because you go there and you go like, might be some of the hardest, toughest people in the world.
No doubt.
Who are also aware of it.
Oh, yeah.
They're going like, shit's tough here.
I want somebody one day to go, growing up in Alabama, all my family is from West Virginia and lives there. They're all there. It's just me, my siblings, and my parents in Alabama. Hillbillies and rednecks, okay? Let me tell you something. Everybody goes, I'd like to see, a hillbilly would beat a redneck's eyes out of its head, okay? Hillbillies do not play games.
No.
Look, rednecks are actually, can be a lot nicer and better people than what I've met some rednecks that give to lots of charity. They're just not wearing shoes at Kroger's and, driving their trucks at... A hillbilly, if you turn around in their driveway and they don't know you, you are going to have a conversation because you're in a holler, and hollers are dead ends. Where I'm from in West Virginia is Mill Creek, Elkview. It's a very country part of West Virginia.
Sure.
And all the time people, and why I said they're not the South is because Southerners will go, West Virginia is not the South. And I'm like, let me tell you something about my family in West Virginia, okay? All their flowers are inside of tires. Y'all don't make this a Southern or who's more country. I think that the Appalachian people are the most country.
I think they are, without a doubt,
and the toughest.
They're our most dangerous folk.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think you could take Appalachia.
That's it. Yeah.
You take Appalachia and you go verse anybody.
Verse anybody.
I'll take Dagestanians. I know they can wrestle.
And there's some people in a holler right now watching. They're fired. They're grabbing their guns, listening to me talk about this. I'm telling you.
You're fucking dag. Yeah, fucking no.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, you watched that documentary. Big J and I were obsessed with it on the Bonfire, The Weird and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
It's my favorite documentary of all time.
About the
Jesco White.
Jesco Whites and all the whites. The line that always gets me that Jay does perfectly, he goes, Mousy about to get some dick. When she gets out of jail, she goes, Mouse about to go get some dick.
Mouse about to,
And when she's snorting the oxy and she goes, she's going to be the next president of the United States. She goes, she's a newborn and there's an election in 2 years. I don't think that's possible. But Johnny, do you know the behind the scenes story that Johnny Knoxville and Dick House wanted to make that a show?
Yeah.
But it was so dangerous
that
they were like, we're not going back in there. The crew, I'm saying this to Mike, the crew is like, do not put us back there.
Yeah.
Because it was, I mean, you go, what is the Boone County mating call?
Yeah.
And he shakes the fucking oxy pills.
Absolutely.
You're like, dude, these people are, what's crazy about rural is everyone expects the South to be, I think the idea of dangerous rural has been kind of co-opted by the South.
Yeah.
Where they go, oh, the South. But there's parts of Northern California where you're like, these are dangerous hillbillies.
Yeah, that's right.
Hillbillies aren't just West Virginia.
No.
There's hillbillies in Oregon.
Kentucky, Oregon. There's lots of, and there's rednecks everywhere too.
Rednecks in Western New York.
I was about to say, I've ran into a few in Albany. Yeah.
You go Albany, you go to like some, Poughkeepsie's a tough town.
Yeah.
Where you go, damn, there might be some hillbillies in
Everybody
Poughkeepsie.
wants to put it in the South, but you're so right.
It's not. It's a way of life.
Yeah,
it's like
there's some real rednecks in Colorado.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
Go to Sterling.
I was just about to say Sterling. That is insane.
That's so funny.
I mean, that is insane.
But my dad and my grandmother lived, and I've talked about this ad nauseum on this podcast, but they lived in San Francisco, then they moved to Lake County.
Yeah.
Lake County in California is the second, it used to be the second poorest county.
Yeah.
In California, which is most of the West Coast.
For sure.
You got hillbillies.
For sure.
There are hillbillies in Lake County.
Absolutely.
Where you're like, I'm scared of you.
Yeah.
I took her when we visited my grandma. This is always the story I love telling people. But, she's from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
She's lived in New York. She's lived in Long Island. She's lived all over. And I took her to Lake County, and she was in the car while I went into the gas station to get ice for a 4th of July barbecue. And I come out and Katie just looks at me and I get in the car and she goes, this might be the scariest place I've ever been in my life. And she was like, the look of people that look at you coming out of the gas, this is what she's going off of people coming out of the gas station and mad dogging whoever is in the fucking passenger seat. She was like, 4 people look like they wanted to kill me. And I was like, oh, they probably did.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they're fucking hillbillies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's hillbilly it's a way of life.
It is.
Turn that into a no fear shirt.
No, yeah, you easily could. Put it on a Mountain Dew bottle. I always tell people I'm proud to be born in West Virginia and have family from there, but I would not have the sense of humor I have if I was not raised in the South. They're some of the funniest people. Yeah, storytellers. Yeah. And, I mean, Southerners are...
it's very funny. They're naturally. Very, very funny. Nate was the first Southerner that I really got to meet and know, and you're like, oh, you're one of the funniest human beings of all time.
Just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he would say stuff that it was like, in the moment, we're like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Where he'd be like, Nate would just look at you and go, what?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, a relentless roaster.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had somebody that makes fun of me at the pace he does.
It's great. I used to love going over and watching football when Nate and Laura lived in Queens, when they lived in Woodside.
Yeah.
And watching like Laura be funny and Southern to people, like specifically what I'm talking about is Alabama played Texas in the national championship in 2011, maybe 2010. Joe List, Nate Bargatze, and I drank about 80 beers watching that game.
Yeah.
And Alabama started pulling away, and Joe List just made a joke where he goes, come on, Texas, let's make this a game. And Laura put him in the ground with words. She was like, what's wrong with you? Why would you say that at someone's house watching Alabama? And Joe's like, is she fucking mad at me? You know? Like we're sitting there, he's like,
pretty serious.
And you go, well, she's busting your balls, but I think there's some real shit behind that.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best, man. And dude, you're so funny. I'm so glad you moved to New York.
Thanks,
like
man.
having a guy like you, just fucking absolutely hilarious. Every time I watch it, the Cellar, I'm like, this guy's so funny. Go watch Derrick Stroup specials. Follow him. Check out everything he does. He's the fucking best,
man.
dude.
Thank you, buddy. I'm a big fan of you too, man. Thanks for having me.
Dude, absolutely, man. We were trying to get this a while ago.
Good.
Because, I mean, Pimp loves you. Pimp's like, dude, Stroop's the fucking
Pimp
man.
too,
And I was like, why have we not had him on?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I appreciate you coming on, dude.
Thanks for having me,
Check him out. See, I didn't do an intro, but I did a wonderful outro.
You did.